Pisces, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, your present, and your immediate future. Keep in mind that in general readings, energies go both ways. Feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as it best resonate with your own personal situation. Now, let's begin with your reading. All right. Okay. The main energy for the reading is the Lovers. Quite a powerful energy to have, especially as the main energy for the reading. As you know, this card talks about soulmate connection, a very deep bond in between two people who perhaps never experienced something like this before. This, in fact, is something that truly changed the both of you. You could easily draw the line in between who you were before this person and who you have become after them, whether this is a connection that is still alive today or not. This brings a type of harmony and happiness that are just very rare, And once you experience it, it's hard to come back from it. And I can already tell that for some reason, this is all energy that took place in the past, and we'll see what it left behind. We'll see what's left of it today. Now, in the past position, we have the Devil and Death Rebirth. The strongest message we get from this past energy definitely comes with this Death Rebirth, but it's a consequence of the Devil energy. And we can see how powerful this connection was in between the two of you, potentially almost immediately, as if perhaps we are looking into love at first sight, something that just felt right. It didn't need much time to grow into its max potential, Chances are that you moved fast. At first, at least. You didn't want to think about the possibility for this to be a mistake or for this to not work out in the future, because in your mind, this was meant to be. This was meant to stay. For at least one of you, this was the hardest you've ever loved. And there was this need to take care of the other person. There is some sort of codependency here, but you felt good about it. Always making sure that they were all right, that they were happy, as if you were trying to make sure that you yourself were all right and happy. It's clear that here we're seeing a situation where the boundaries have dissolved and one person was the extension of the other. Now, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I can see here that something was not right, at times at least. There was this background feeling, this background energy that you might have tried to ignore, to push away, but that in time potentially became stronger and louder. In hindsight, you realize that you always felt that this would have come to an end eventually. You felt that this person was potentially not here to stay, not this time around at least. Not sure if this was just a fear or a prediction, because with you, Pisces, it could be honestly both. You're such an intuitive sign, and you pick up on things before they happen. And from what I see here, it's more likely that you've actually predicted something that eventually happened and pushed you away from each other. Right here, we see two cards that are actually the same, but the perception is completely different in between the two of you. At first, this hasn't worked out because the Devil prevailed, but we see how right here, the Lovers is still an image that both of you really believe in. You both believe that this is soulmate material, but as we were saying, it hasn't worked out, at least not the first time around. And Death Rebirth is showing us that something ended and ended for good, at least for the time being. Now, in the present position, we have the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands reversed, and the Hermit right here. The Hermit is clearly telling us that there is distance, there is silence, and all of that happy, bubbly energy has cooled down into ice. Definitely not what you hoped at the beginning of this. Either you or the other person now find themselves in a very unexpected headspace, entertaining this internal conversation, someone who is trying to figure things out, trying to give themselves some answers that they didn't get from the situation itself, you know? I might be wrong about this, but the more I look into it, the more I see that the situation wasn't really as balanced as it should have been. One of the two was really going all the way out, really taking major steps towards the other person, whereas on the other side, someone was more conservative when it came to their action and movements. You know, right here, the Ten of Wands is really showing us someone who's doing all the work, and the other person instead, they're doing just 1% maybe. You know, if this Hermit is you, Pisces, I see you in the past just really stretching your heart for them. And right now, you potentially wish you took your time. You wish you didn't jump into this so quickly. And you realize that this ending ended something within you as well. Something changed inside of you, Pisces. And I do believe that that's at the very center of this reading for you today. We'll see what it is about. There are connections that are rooted so deep within us that when they fall apart, they really take everything with them. And they make you feel like you're fading away with them as well. But now, listen, I have something to tell you, but bear with me on this because this might sound in a way at first, and then it's going to change. Prepare for something to come your way. King of Wands, someone is taking the lead in something. Someone is taking action very soon, actually. Prepare for something, but prepare for, what is this? A message, some sort of comeback. Because with this energy over here, I see that there is, in fact, a comeback. And we see it down here as well. Here you have it, Pisces, with this Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, or aces in general, bring new beginnings. And this one is bringing a message, brings an awakening of the heart after a time of silence and distance, which we've seen up here with the Hermit. This is someone coming in with a very specific concept in mind. Someone is saying, listen, this is meant to be. This is meant to happen. Let's just make it happen. Let's trust it. And I don't think that it's you saying this, Pisces. At least not anymore. Although at times you've hoped for this to happen, for this to come back, I get the sense that when it will happen, you will feel different. This right now seems like an old wish that doesn't fit anymore. Just like an old dress that you loved back then, but that now you have outgrown. You will feel as though something has changed in you with this Queen of Swords. And you will tell yourself, nothing really feels the same. And you coming back this way now just feels like a game to me. It feels like a repeat that I already know how it's going to end. Now, pay close attention to this message. Close attention to how you're feeling here, because this will really change everything. This is what you needed right now. You remember what we were saying earlier, something changed within you, and that was really the pivotal energy for the reading. It feels like you've learned your lesson, Pisces. You've learned to show people how to earn your trust. You're not giving it away anymore, just like it was this endless resource that you can give out without worrying about it, you know? And this is what is special about your immediate future and about the events that are coming your way. You have created boundaries and expectations that are not negotiable anymore. I know that this will sound unfair for some of you, but one of the reasons why this hasn't worked out in the past, it's because you didn't have enough boundaries, enough requirements. And the love and the passion you've had for this person ended up placing you on a trajectory of distraction, really. Here, you have learned that you can still love someone to death while loving yourself first, and how one cannot work without the other, really. There is clearly a redo here, but this time, the overall outcome could be very different. It could be replacing this devil up here and be what it was supposed to be the first time around. And it's going to be different because you are different, very, very different. So let's look into it. This is all I have for the current situation. Let's now clarify and let's look into what's coming ahead of this Ace of Cups, which again is a new beginning. Let's see how this person will react to this new you and how this connection is bound to evolve in the future, where the two of you are really potentially going to be given this another chance. Where are the two of you going to be a year from now? Is this meant to be as you once thought it was meant to be? And as this person is thinking still right now that is meant to be? Let's keep going with the messages and find that out. Let's see what's next for you, for this connection, and how things are set to evolve. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Pisces, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute live reading. Actually, this week the reading will be 45 minutes and I am going to offer birth charts in case you're interested. Again, I'm seeing that the readings are actually going towards an hour long, but it's fine with me if you have time and if it's fine with you. Prepare with questions and make sure to check out your email on Monday morning. I send out emails to confirm. Make sure also to check out your spam folder as well, please. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Pisces. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the Star. And what we're seeing right here, honestly, is that there is something unexpected about this incoming energy with this Ace of Cups. There is something that you didn't think possible anymore. Too much time has passed. Too many things have happened. Too many things were said that it feels impossible for the two of you to come back together and just feel like you felt the very first time around. But here it is, and it looks powerful. Something is going to surprise you, and obviously with the Star, there is some sort of rebuilding of confidence and hope after major difficulties. Whatever it's going to happen, I don't see you being single for much longer. And overall, this feels like a dream state, you know? Something that maybe at some point you wished for, but that never really happened and that now is right there in front of you. Now, it doesn't come without challenges. We know we have this Queen of Swords. You still have a lot of questions and you want to make sure that this will not take you to the same place it took you back then. And so let's start by clarifying this Ace of Cups. And let's start by looking into this energy that it's coming your way. Let's see the real feelings, the real intentions that it comes with. And then we will see how it's set to evolve now that you have boundaries, Pisces. Now that you have changed yourself and that you are potentially entering this with a different type of energy. So let's immediately look into this Ace of Cups and let's see what you should expect in the near future. Page of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Six of Cups. Well, the first thing that you're going to get here is a big dose of honesty. And honestly, this is something that